Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to episode 34 of the Tim Tebow Dynasty. In today's episode, we have our final game of Season 2 before the playoffs, and we take on our division rival, the Houston Texans. We previously played the Texans on Week 5 of the season, and we won 31-13. And in that game, I threw 3 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. I also ran the ball 22 times for 209 yards and another touchdown. Hopefully this time we cut back on some of those turnovers, and we most likely won't be running as much, but we'll see. And we open up with a sack, which makes the 90th sack our offensive line has given up this year. Not great. We're not the worst, but hopefully they don't give up too many this game. Just a reminder that our top 2 running backs are out today with injury. So our only running back on the team is Denard Robinson, who in the previous week against the Colts ran the ball 19 times for 106 yards and caught another 7 passes for 45 yards and a touchdown. So hopefully we can rely on him heavily again today.
This would be second down. Escaping the pressure.
Our offensive line are already struggling, and we just have to get rid of the ball instead of taking a big sack. Now coming into this game, rookie Zack Meile only needs 7 catches to break Anquan Boldin's rookie reception record for a season. So you'll be seeing me going to him often and as much as possible. I know they're the same thing, but I like how the way each sounds differently.
First down coming up. Looking to scramble. Taking off.
I'm clearly running out of bounds, and the defender still hits me. I think that should be a penalty, because if this was real life, that would be a flag right there. But I get no flag in Madden, so. And with that touchdown, Zack Meile now has 10 for the season. Pretty good rookie season, if I say so myself.
First and 10. Play fake here. Stands in the pocket. It's J.J. Watt.
And J.J. Watt busts through our offensive line untouched for the sack.
The Texans lined up in the nickel. Flag. Tebow's back in shotgun formation. And that's a gain of 10.
The Texans show why they went from being a Super Bowl team to come into this game with a record of 5-8-1 because their defense is undisciplined, already picking up the first flag of the game. And I declined the penalty because I would either be at 2nd and 11 or 3rd and 7. I prefer 3rd and 7. I think I could pick that up. Meile makes his 3rd catch of the game and falls just short of the first down. So we're going to be going for it.
Offense lines up here. He's looking to the right here on this throw. The Jaguars get a first down.
That's his 4th catch. Only needs 3 more, and we're still only in the first quarter.
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion.
Now he's only 2 catches short. Zack Meile has had a wonderful rookie season. Over 100 catches, 10 touchdowns. He's going to be a nice piece for our team next year. Denard Robinson, on the other hand, after giving me high hopes last week with his over 150 total all-purpose yards, is now struggling this game. So, and I'm just going to tell you right now that Denard Robinson, even though he had come on these last couple of games in the run game, he still ends up with more receiving yards than he did rushing yards this year, about 275 to about 225. So he does have value to our team going forward. So if Maurice Jones-Drew does suddenly retire, but we'll see how we do in the playoffs. I commit my 9th fumble this season. Cut it down from about 13, 14 last year or whatever it was to 9 is pretty good. So improvements. Great catch by Justin Blackmon to give us some space from taking a safety. Just a quick touch on Justin Blackmon's stats this season. He's going to finish the year with 68 catches for 1,433 yards and 18 touchdowns. I think it's a pretty good case for the AFC Top Receiver Award because they give out awards for basically each position and offensive and defensive linemen. He'll for sure make the Pro Bowl, but I think he might win that award as well.
It's a short game, but it's all his fault. He picked the wrong hole. He should have cut it back.
I know at the beginning of the season I said I wanted to get Mercedes Lewis involved in our passing game this year. Well, we only ended up getting him 47 catches for 479 yards and 5 touchdowns. It's not a great year, but it's not his worst. So hopefully next year we can get him closer to around 800 yards and maybe 10 or so touchdowns. Since this is our last game of the season, I'm going to be touching on some of the other goals that I set for us at the beginning of the year that I might have completed and I might have failed. I know that I'll just tell you now, we're probably definitely going to win this game. And we improved to 14-2, the number 1 seed in the AFC. And we improved from 9 wins last year. So that's a big step forward for us. Our offensive line doesn't give up as many sacks as we gave up last year, but they do end up setting the record for most sacks allowed in a game. The NFL record is 12. They finished today with 16 sacks allowed. Some of them might be my fault, but the majority of them aren't. And I know I said that I wanted to cut it down to about 40 to 50 sacks this season. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're well above that mark. I've mentioned before that we're around 80. Well, after today's game, we finished the season with 105 sacks allowed. It's less than we gave up last year, but it's still way too many. I was trying to find Justin Blackmon deep in the end zone on that play, but the defender had better awareness, I guess, so didn't get the touchdown. And our offensive line gave up another sack, so we turned the ball over on 4th down. And I know Ace Sanders had a really awful start for the first half of the season with about 8 catches, maybe 7, about 1 per game for the first 8 weeks. Well, he ends the season with 34 catches for 579 yards and 3 touchdowns. So in the second half, he did pretty good. So we'll see if he's still on the team going forward. As for me, I do not break Cam Newton's 14 rushing touchdown record by a quarterback. But I do run for another 1,164 yards, which is good enough for second all-time in NFL history. But because I set the record last year, it's technically third now. And if I distracted you with my amazing rushing ability stats, well, our offensive line just gave up another sack.
Escaping the pressure, another sack. That's a timeout by the defense.
I'm not giving them any credit. I'm giving
Thankfully, this Texans offense is garbage. And we still have a 7-point lead because they have yet to score. Not only does Golden Tate make the catch, but he deals out a vicious stiff arm.
to get just enough yards to pick up the first down.
The Jaguars are at the line of scrimmage with a spread formation. Makes the reception. He is tackled at the 40-yard line.
We're up 7-0 with about 40 seconds left on the clock. I'm trying to score again, going to halftime with a bigger lead. Hopefully not turn the ball over.
Just had to avoid the sack. Incomplete.
And my offensive line continues to struggle. So I just have to get rid of the ball. So, again, they give up 16 sacks this game.
It's a second down. Tebow's going to take the snap from the shotgun.
Golden Tate makes a nice catch to set us up at the 12-yard line.
First down following the long play. Did not get both feet down. And here's a look at...
Now, if I was the coach, I'd challenge that. But there's nothing I can do as I only control one player. So, I think that's a touchdown. Could be wrong, but whatever.
And no one in the backfield.
Number 15 gets the call. 7-yard gain on the play.
The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. Going to take off with it. Jacksonville in the end zone for the touchdown. Takes a receiver in the...
And we're back from halftime with a 14-0 lead. Hopefully we can continue that in the second half, but also limit those turnovers. So, that's the goal.
They come to the line of scrimmage. First down. Looking to the right side and throwing. Jonathan Joseph with the interception.
And it looks like I underthrew that one because Jonathan Joseph made a great play on the ball. And I commit my 29th interception this season. And I mentioned before that the Texans' offense is crap because they were only able to get 3 points off of that. And there goes Denard Robinson. We are down to 0 running backs for the game. So I'm going to have to be calling a lot of more passing plays. Hopefully Robinson can come back because we're going to need him in 2 weeks for the playoffs. Anquan Boldin's rookie record for receptions in a season with 101. Zack Meile now has 103. So, I would say that I don't think any rookie's going to beat that anytime soon. Could be wrong, but... And I know I've been calling 5 straight running plays after every interception, but due to all my running backs being injured, I can't do that right now. So, that's why you see me calling passes. With no running backs available, we now have our fullback in at running back, so you won't see me calling runs with him because he sucks. But he's a pretty good blocker, so. And that sack wasn't on the fullback, that was on our left tackle. He gave up another sack. He is playing on the franchise tag, which I don't know why we franchise tagged him, because apparently he's in the top voting for Pro Bowl and considered one of the best linemen in the league. I don't know how. He gives up sacks all the time. That left tackle is Eugene Monroe. I don't really talk about our offensive line by name very much. But, yeah, he played 7 seasons in the NFL, retired pretty early, and cited multiple injuries. So, I don't think that's going to happen to Madden because that rarely does happen. So, the Jaguars might re-sign him this offseason. Denard Robinson's back in the game, making big plays in the passing game.
Here's the first snap after the big play. Out of the gun. Throws to the right. Secures it with 2 hands.
Good job by the offense. Another first down.
Robinson picks up another catch to get us inside the 20-yard line on the verge of scoring.
Lewis is moved from the tight end position to the slot. And he's brought to the ground. And you can see how they fared in the red zone to this point, which is brought to you by Verizon.
And just some random information about me so that you feel like you're getting to know me a little bit better. My favorite foods are spaghetti and tacos. I like both. But I am not a crazy person who eats them together. You eat them separately. Spaghetti, good. Spaghetti with meatballs, good. Tacos, good. Spaghetti inside a taco, that does not sound good to me.
Third down and 9. No chance to throw. Another sack.
And our offensive line gives up back-to-back sacks. So, here we are on 4th and long.
Takes the snap from the shotgun. They fail to convert here on 4th down.
And 3 straight plays with 3 straight sacks. We turn the ball over on 4th down. So,
For this upcoming snap, looking across the middle. Time for the hurry up.
Zack Meile makes another catch, extending his rookie record even further. And it's the beginning of the 4th quarter. We have a nice 14-9 lead. Hopefully we could add to that and win this game. Get the number 1 seed in the AFC with a 14-2 record. Pretty sure I already told you that we win the game, but keep watching. Really disappointed in the game Denard Robinson's having on the ground after his good 100-yard game last week. Today, he's just been sucking it up. But I can't blame it all on him. It is also our offensive line struggling. They're not blocking very well. I don't know if the Texans' defensive line is fantastic and probably the best in the league, but our offensive line is having a bad game. We went for it on 4th down. It looked like we picked up the 1st down, but they called it short, and I can't challenge it because, again, I'm not the coach. Luckily, our defense held them to 0 points, but we start this drive off by giving up another sack.
And the defense gets there and gets the sack. They'll go shotgun here. He's looking to the right here on this throw. He had it, but the hit jars the ball.
Justin Blackman is normally pretty reliable. He had a pretty good season and drops the ball when I need him to catch it. So, let's just put it this way. Last season I completed 68% of my passes. This year I completed 73.57% of my passes. And the NFL record set by Drew Brees is 74.4% completions for a season, which means I was less than 1% away from breaking his record. All those drops added up. I think if we had as many drops as we had this season, which we had a lot, I would have set the record for completion percentage in a season. But that's also my fault because I threw 29 interceptions this year, down from last year, but still is 29. So after this game, we're going to the playoffs, which we get a first-round bye. And then hopefully we can make it to Super Bowl. And our defense returned an interception for a touchdown right there. That's why there's that extra touchdown on the board. Just to clear things up, I don't want you to think I scored a touchdown and didn't include it.
The Texans defense now is going to go nickel, trying to make something.
But again, if we come back to the Jaguars next season, it's really up to them. Depends on the contract they offer me compared to other teams, or if they do franchise tag me. But if we come back, I'd like to continue to lower those interceptions. I did improve from last year, but I also want to continue to improve my completion percentage, and hopefully we could set the record next season and beat Drew Brees. Denard Robinson finally gets a good carry this game. He's averaging like 3 yards per carry, so that's why I'm not handing it off, and he did get hurt.
Second down here, to the ground here. And he's going to be tackled right around the 35-yard line. Excellent job of just picking up the first down. This offense is hot. Another first down, and they are moving down the field. He's tackled at the 30.
Now I'm just trying to run out the clock, get us to the next game, which we do have that bye. But hopefully we do good in the playoffs. How do you guys think we're going to do? Do you guys think we'll make it to the Super Bowl? We've only lost 2 games this year, but that could be setting us up for a playoff loss.
They hand it off to him again. Here comes the training staff as we've got a player down on the field. That's a good job. He's able to get up and get off the field, and my guess is he's going to be okay. A little bit of a scare there, no doubt about it. That makes everybody nervous. Well, when you play this type of defense where you play cover 3, in other words, you have 3.
And that's a 2-minute warning. Again, just running out the clock. Trying to not turn the ball over because I don't want to hit 30 interceptions again.
They're pretty easy against this cover 3.
There's again another sack. Hopefully the Jaguars continue to improve this offensive line. I know last year they did draft a guy in the first round, so hopefully they continue to do something.
The defense comes up with yet another sack.
Now that one was probably on me. I held the ball pretty long there. Should just get rid of it, but we take a sack.
To the line, ready to pounce on that quarterback one more time. Can they get another sack right here? Incomplete and almost intercepted.
Jim, when you get in these situations, there's not much you can do. 3rd and long.
All right, it's 4th and long. Probably won't pick this up, but the game's basically over. They're not going to make a comeback, so why not just go for it?
The snap from the shotgun. Makes the catch in the open field.
4th and long, you got so little chance.
And we turned the ball over, but we were able to get Ace Sanders another reception.
One more play, and it's in the books. Now 1st and 10. It's J.J. Watt behind the line of scrimmage. That's it. This game is over. Well, Phil, I enjoyed watching the game.
And with that sack, we're at the end of the game.
Well, you know, Jim, I wish I could
We finished the season 14-2. And before our next game, we'll go over the awards my team won, the individual awards I won,
I think I'll see you next week. Maybe.
and who played in the wild card weekend.
I love this play here, Jim. It reminds me when I was young, when I was running all over the NFL field. Guys couldn't tackle me. I was right.
But yet again, I'd like to mention that Zack Meile did set the record for rookie receptions in a season with 105.
Nobody opened down the field.
So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and check out one of our other videos.